Yep. Greetings, my name is Brian. Welcome to KillCo Musings. Whiskey Musings. I should mention I don't recommend taking a nap before a live stream. It's disorienting. And I'm still not all here yet. I'm so tired. Again, me problem. My body just went, you know what? You're gonna lie down now. And that's that. Otherwise, you're just gonna be sitting in your chair, not functioning. It's good times. Whoa. I see names already. I saw names a while ago. Hello, wait. 5 fingers. Wait, Chambers, I see you lurking. Can't hide from me. Sugar kitty. Whoa. I see you. Meow. Meow. Papa KillCo. Hi there. Hope you're well. Hope you have a little whiskey somehow or another. Whoa, everything moves. Hair down. Cheers. Follow up. Let's get groovy. Groovy. There we go. Welcome to another Sample Sunday. We are here to sample whiskey. Now, whether it's to sample some whiskey or have a sample of whiskey, no one knows. I didn't until about 2 minutes ago. Wait, 4 minutes ago. Time flies. What I first wanted to start out with is Buffalo Trace. Buffalo Trace in my glass, in case anyone's wondering. Mama KillCo, hello. Oh, good. I'm glad you had some. I don't know which it was. Hopefully it was one you liked. My brain doesn't want to come back from the sleep. I don't even feel like I was asleep because it wasn't very long. Like an hour. The alarm waking me up. Not the best. Well, I had the problem here of having a first pour before the stream, and it was like, well, sometimes I have Irish whiskey. I didn't think about that until just this moment. What's my point? Point is, I was thinking of what whiskey should I start the evening with. Oh, I know. Whiskey Mountains is doing a thing later. If you didn't know, the link should be underneath the thing that you're watching right now, I think. Anyhow, that's for a giant giveaway that's happening this evening, right after my streams, 8 p.m. So I thought, hey, I'll have some Knob Creek. She likes Knob Creek. I have some Knob Creek. I don't usually drink it. Let's have some Knob Creek to start the stream. Oh, wait, it's 120 proof. I won't do that. So that's going on the back burner for the moment. It's also a pick. Look at Cappy's, the store sometimes I get bottles from. A recent Booker's purchase was from there. But it's a pick of theirs, and I don't think I liked it. Here's the deal. I don't remember when I actually had a Knob Creek of any just general type. It's not what I go for, but I also have mixed feelings about it. I don't dislike it, but it's not my favorite. It's not the one where I can say, yeah, Jim Beam Knob Creek's one of my favorites. No. I can say I really like, where is it? It's way back there somewhere. The Baker's I got, which is from Jim Beam, but for whatever reason, Knob Creek and me have not gotten along just yet. Not sweet enough. I like a certain level of sweetness. Anyway, Buffalo Trace first, because I like Buffalo Trace, and the most important part was the percentage was very different. Even when I looked back there, I was like, oh, I need a lower proof, a lower proof, a lower... There's nothing over here that's a bourbon under 45%. All right. Cool. I believe my leanings for lower proof ends up with Scotch and Irish, and then for bourbons, I guess ryes. I don't know if I have a 40% rye, come to think of it. And look, those always seem to be higher, always 45 and above. Anyway, cheers to all of you. Let me know what you're drinking tonight on this lovely Sunday evening. It looked like a really nice day out, but it also looked hot, so I didn't go outside, which is the standard for the weekend for me. Don't you worry. I stayed inside and played video games and did some editing yesterday. I want to do some more of that tonight. See how I'm feeling. Zen Boot, hello. Cheers to you. Oh, my nose. Blah. Blah. Oh, it's top chat again. Live chat, damn you. There we go. Oh. That's better. A little better. I was thinking of doing a poll, but come to find out, polls really mess up the whole link system I got pinned there. I don't know if I'm going to do that, but I'm being indecisive. That's all it is. Jimmy Jazz, I don't think he's here yet. He actually might be on. He might be out somewhere. I forget. He was going somewhere on the 21st. Anyway, he's doing life. He's doing life stuff, but he gave me a bunch of samples to try, and I'm at a loss as of which one I want to drink. And these are the literal samples of the evening. So there's 4. I mentioned them on Friday's stream? Sure, maybe. And it's a Koila Plain Leash, Manachmore, and Loch Lomond, which is supposed to be similar quality and type to the Loch Lomond that Roy Aquavite picked. So we had a curiosity about that one. And then the other 3, I don't know. I like Koila. I know that. At least I think I know that. And the Clan Leash and Machimora. I feel like I have to put a growly thing in there. Machimora, I don't know. Oh. Isn't that cool? I didn't even know about that. Jack or JC. Hello. Welcome to this chaos. I'm trying to remind you about Whiskey Mountain stream tonight. Now, It's Bourbon Night is also going live, so you have many options. I'm not going to tell you where to go specifically, but I can say, let's see. It's Bourbon Night has a lot more subscribers than Whiskey Mountains, and Whiskey Mountains only does this big giveaway once a year. I also forget what It's Bourbon Night is even talking about tonight. Anyway, those are your options for the evening after my stream, which will end promptly at 8 o'clock, since I want to see what's going on 1 or 2 or both of those other channels. But for now, I just have to deal with what I want to drink. Today's a busy week for me, which I don't like, but it's keeping busy. That should be a good thing. And I have samples to pour. That's what I wanted to do. I have samples that are going to go out ASAP. Hopefully tomorrow. No guarantee on that. But they are ready to go. They're ready to be done. But I got hit with the sleepies. Like I said earlier. That sucked. But I'm okay now. Almost. I wasn't doing great for Friday's stream either. You couldn't tell. I could tell. But today it's just the dragging myself out of the comfort that is asleepness all of a sudden. What I will do... Yeah, okay. I've made my mind. Since Jimmy Jazz isn't here yet, and I don't feel like waiting, and I think he's out doing life stuff, so I don't want to drink any of these without him at least being aware of that. I will do something else that I had in mind. It's Sunday, it's Bourbon Night, and then we have Whiskey Mountains event. So the best thing I can do for myself, I feel, is to drink whiskey that It's Bourbon Night did. If you're trying to figure that one out, you know, watch this past week's video. And then there's a Knob Creek, which again is not my favorite, but I won't complain because it's 120 proof. You know what? I believe I liked making old fashions out of this one. Again, I don't remember. It's been so long since I had this. This is another one that's starting to look like rain. But I don't know. Yeah. Yeah, you're doing something. Elizabeth, hello. Good evening. Welcome. Hope you're at home, relaxing a little, and not flying through the sky or in an airport or in a hotel or stressing out about everything. I think you said you're going to be in the area for a little bit. Once again, if you have anything in your glass tonight, oh, there it is. Hello. Do tell. Curious to see what people are drinking. Drinking? Oh, good. If it's home and safe, that's good to hear. You've been about 10 million times too busy for my liking. For me, I couldn't do half the stuff you're doing. Most of the stuff you're doing. I couldn't do 10%. Very likely. Less than that. I said, it's a busy week for me, and I'm completely forgetting what it is that I have to do. I know it's a lot. I know it's the suck. I believe I mentioned it for Friday. What is going on? Oh, that's right. The good thing to look forward to, and the thing I should bring up for the channel, is National Scotch Day. That's coming up on this Thursday. And the suck for me is I have dentist appointments. Yuck. I like my dentist, by the way, but I'd rather not see him if that's okay, because usually when I see him, there's a significant decrease in the finances that I do not have. Because crowns aren't cheap. Getting another one this Wednesday, I think. And then I'm exercising because I'm super into fitness now. I'm really just leaning into the physical exercise that helps the mental stuff. It's working okay so far, but still have my good days, my bads. Friday was one of those. What is this? A giant cap here. I'm not sure the top is. Is that it? Yeah. Cambridge coming tonight. A local restaurant, Palm and Mass Ave. Had my first hard ginger beer. Some Jamaican yeast funk there. Whoa. I like that. 9%. Poof. I had a 7% beer. Friday. Really? Why is that, Cliff? I think I know. Ah, come on, hold on. I have to stop the thing before it starts. Nailed it. Feel that one coming a mile away. Oh, my brains. Shook my whole brain doing that. So, as I said, what's in your glass? I don't see anyone saying anything yet. I'm curious. Happy Scotch Day. It's Cliff. Nice. Ah, yeah. The simplicity of Buffalo Trace. No. Cliff, your birthday's July 2, you lucky dog. Another 7 in here. 7, July 7th. 7. You're in the 7-year time month club thing. Sure. Scotch and cake actually sounds pretty good. I don't know what kind of cake or what kind of scotch, but I like the idea. Yes, Cliff, you also have the selection problem. What is it called? Choice paralysis? Something like that? There are just too many choices to the point where you can't pick. Just go. I was thinking whiskey hunting today. technically bourbon hunting, because I saw It's Bourbon Night's video they did about their trip to Washington. Where is that? Is that in Maryland? Washington, Maryland? Yeah. Washington Monument is. I'm really good at geography, like many other things. But apparently they went there. They did some whiskey hunting, and there were some things I saw and the prices I saw, and I just went, no, absolutely not. It was ridiculous. And most of them, of course, being Buffalo Trace products. I'm just like, no, what are you doing? Like Eagle Rare for $50. I just went, I don't think so. Unless it's one of those ginormous bottles like that, then it's a good price. Otherwise, no. We pour Method and Madness single pot still chestnut finished after Stacy stream. That's why I usually have Irish whiskey. But my brain, I didn't even think about that. I was just thinking about, I want bourbon. I want something I like. I can't make any decisions. Yes, Mom, because you don't drink alcohol. I have had the same feeling with whenever I go to Irene's, oddly enough. Irene Tan's store in Connecticut. There are at least 3 or 4 liquor stores that look kind of, sketchy at a glance. But you never know until you go in there and look around, unfortunately. Because oftentimes I'll go in and look around and be like, nope, nothing here, and then leave. Which is not a feeling I like, but screw it. If I didn't see anything I wanted to buy in a store, I do not need to buy anything. Those are the rules. I don't have to feel sympathy for walking in there. It happens to them all the time, believe it or not. Just go work at any Barnes & Noble for a few years. People don't buy stuff. They just leave it lying around after they look through it for 3 hours. Anyway, what? Second pour of the night is going to be a Wild Turkey. The bottle from this past week's video, which I'm sure you all watched. And we have one more coming out this Wednesday, which sadly still needs to be edited. But I'm doing something. And I mentioned this at some point to someone, so of course I'm not sure if I mentioned it here. I think I told my friend Greg. But I've been looking for a trick for myself to get myself to be ahead a week, at least a week, for videos. And I realized it's the same thing that I did last time. But last time I did that completely by accident. And I admitted this on my Patreon. By the way, I have a Patreon. Nailed it. And, I gotta get rid of that. Wait. Also, I just forgot what I was talking about. Patreon. Admitted something. I admitted what? Oh yeah, I had been editing. I was batch shooting, so I recorded out of order for the week upcoming. And what happened is I recorded the video for the week ahead. So not the week of, 1 week ahead of what I intended to. And I felt like a total idiot for doing that. And I had to cram the edit in for that week. But I got it done. And I didn't have to worry about it for a week. A whole other week. I was fine. It was done. The next week was done. So I did that again. I have edited the video for next week, not this week. And I will be attempting to get the video for this week out soon, since it's a very busy week for me, unfortunately. And I have another extra video to add because it's near the end of the month. Next month, there's going to be a monthly video thing, because I've been doing that for a bit. Really? That's wild. Not around here. I think there's something in Massachusetts for that. I know there were certain liquor stores that could not be... There was about 3 within a block of each other. Or 3 blocks or whatever. Anyway. There's some kind of thing like that where, you couldn't have so many in such and such a distance or something. It was weird. Anyway, one of those just collapsed into oblivion. Fortunately for that building that it had been in, it is now one of the most popular cannabis locations in my area. And they've expanded to 2 other locations now, so they're doing great. Weird little twists. CTA limits as well. That's funny. I mean, that's the thing. I don't know what Rhode Island's rules are. I just know there are mom and pop liquor stores everywhere. I'm sure there's some kind of radius thing. 10,000 people, that's it. Now I'm trying to think about how many liquor stores are in Tiverton. It's a very small town. There's at least 2. 3. I know of 3 offhand. And I go to none of them. And there's one within walking distance. I do not go to that one. They have an okay whiskey selection. But I did find the Wild Turkey there. So I should poke my head back in maybe in autumn when they start getting some possible hard to find stuff. Okay. My first little sippy sample tonight. That was nice. I enjoyed that. Oxygen. Among other things. But here we are. This is something last week. I wish you were here. I don't really know what inspired this little photo or why they did wish you were here. It's a funny photo. It's both of them. I believe that is the... Actually, I know that is the Wild Turkey behind them. That's Chad, that's Sarah. But behind them is the Rick Houses for Wild Turkey. I know because I've been there. A little bit. Okay. That was a little bit. That was nice. That was a nice pour. Sometimes I can overdo it. Not this time. I'll overdo it with Knob Creek. It's pretty, isn't it? Oh, yeah. More caramel than I remember. Oof. That's weird. Whiskey Vault, specifically, has been talking about something I thought sounded like nonsense, and it still feels a little weird. But they were talking about the bottom of the glass and the top of the glass for nosing. So when you're down here, and then when you're up here. I thought that was silly, but then I have to remember the shape of the glass is a different thing, too. And it's much stronger for me on the bottom here than it is on the top. It's wild. Try it. If you got a Glencairn, you got to really get your nose in there. At least I do for the bottom. And then the top is much more... It's lighter. And if I understood science better, that would make sense, but I don't. Either way, it smells really good. As you would have found out had you watched the video, and I'm sure you would. This is also just a small jump up. It's 50.5%. Oh, hello. What's this? Small pour of 17-year-old Imperial from Battle Hill. Independent pop. I'm thinking of Flag Hill, aren't I? Yeah, I did a video on that. Not that one that you talked about, but it made me think of that one. Because I don't think they've been around for 17 years. Now I think about it. Ugh. So good, man. I'm glad to share all of these. I still have the whiskeys from Friday here. And you still have one more chance. One and only one more chance. For this month, at least, to get in on the raffle for the Friday coming up. That will be a fairly big one. I did the first one as a big deal because it was my birthday, like on the day, which is coincidental. And then the one that's rounding out this whole birthday month celebration here will be... It'll be a mixed bag. It'll be a mixed bag, but I think what I'm planning to do is put a whole bunch of the... actually, no, that's right. I was going to do all of the It's Bourbon Night picks I did of videos this month. So that'll be a large portion of it. Then the Redbreast 27. Then I think Aquavite's or Roy's Loch Lomond pick is going to be in there. I think that leaves me with one more. That's it. I don't even remember how many videos I've done this month. 4? It'll be 4 this week. Anyhow, that's the idea. Oh, well, that's not surprising, honestly. There have been a lot of ups and downs with distilleries over the generations. Attempted to get back to TW for Redemption, Surly Rye, and St. Alley's Nobleman. Tokaji finished rye. Do it. I mean, do what you want. I don't want to influence you. Said the guy who's technically a Whiskey Tube influencer. Still feels weird to think that. Let's just say I don't mean to be. So if I influence you to buy something, that's not my fault. Demolished in 2013. Del Monarch started operating in 2015 on that site. That's always weird. I mean, it's good and bad, you know, it's just... I shouldn't talk about them demolishing stuff over there. It's like, I think that was probably a fairly either really old and not functional or a somewhat newer building, because they don't demolish a lot of stuff over there in my brain. Like everything's like castles and ancient towns that have been there for hundreds of years. Unlike this country, where it's a few hundred, because we just got here. Made a mess of everything while we're at it. God damn, I like wild turkey. It's cheering me up too. That's good. Either that or I have a real problem when it comes to alcohol. Really soon, I don't. But gotta be careful. As I said earlier, at least I think I did. The link for Whiskey Mountain's donation, charity, fundraiser raffle thing should be down under here. If someone could let me know. I feel like I put it there, but I'm also not sure anymore because, you know, I slipped into unconsciousness for an hour, and now everything I did earlier today is a bit blurry. As is the rest of everything I'm thinking and doing right now. But, for the most part, I think I did that. So, it's your chance now to get in there and get your entries. I got my entries in. In fact, come to think of it, we will have a bottle of Irene Tan's. One of her bottles is going into the raffle, as are a sample from me. I know. I'm just so generous. It'll be one of the little seven sample flights, so it'll be much of these. 7 of them. Because 7! That's why. Okay, good. Thank you, Cliff. I was about to say Cliff Smith. I'm like, it's just Cliff. And that's the title that I read. So, Cliff, thank you. You have certain something coming up in about 2 weeks. Thank you, Mama KillCo. There you go. Yeah. That's it. That's the one. I feel like most of you have done that already, but just in case. I want to see what... I'm looking to see what bottle is being donated by Irene. She told me, but... like 2 weeks ago. Maple Tyrone from Taconic? Taconic? She did a maple finished whiskey. I'm not even sure if it's a bourbon. I think it is. But Cliff probably knows no more about that than I do. I remember having it, and it was very good, but that'll be interesting. Here you go, Tater Dog. I am here to help. And it is a huge event. In my brain, my tiny little social space, which is about this big. This big. It is the one it's one of the ones I really am happy that happened and is going on in this little whiskey world we live in. Because she is one of the, like, it's wild because she is someone who works in the industry of trying to cure Alzheimer's. And she also does the fundraisers to get the money to cure Alzheimer's. That's wild. Science at work right there. The power of whiskey and science combined. I can just see Adriana as a little scientist superhero. I don't know why. I can see the whole cartoon series, actually. That's weird. Okay, it wasn't more around here. I thought so. I didn't think that was a Kentucky one, but it's not one I've been to. There's a lot of stuff popping up nowadays that's up and comers for different states, because it was very Kentucky bourbon oriented for a while. Upstate New York, near the Hill Rock, near where Hill Rock is, not too far from where I grew up. Hey, then you can go back there anytime, maybe. What? But I did it right. Oh, that's special. That's right. I knew she did something about 2. So there you go. You can get in for the special bottles, specialty bottle, which I might have done. I don't remember. And the other one is, what'd you say? Yeah, I never clarified that, did I? With her. I knew she mentioned the idea of specialty bottle here, and then a different fundraiser here. So it's the GoFundMe, and then the other one is directly through her site? Ah, complicated. Let's see. Yeah, okay, yeah. So she has the actual Alzheimer's one is going. She has it very close to her goal already. Let me see if I can do a thing here. Just to be careful. There we go. Bop. Jeez, that's a really long, annoying URL, but anyway, now it's there. Hopefully that worked. If not, well... Oh my gosh, I have a thing I can't see. I can't even read it. I also don't remember if I donated to both or not. I think I did. I hope I did. Either way, I go back and check. I think I did. Only halfway yesterday. Special bottles are Stag Junior Batch 1 and Jim Beam 1795. Well, I'm in for those. I think. If that's the link I had there. I don't care to have either of those. I mean, it'd be nice, but I'd rather just have something random. And I know that is the other one. You know, they don't have an easy share option. It's odd. Maybe I'm just not seeing it. Anyway, it's there. You can click the link below now and tell me if it's there. I think it is now. Oh yeah. I'm curious to see what the bonkersness is going to be. I think she got... Does anyone remember what she got to last year? I know it was a crazy number. I just don't remember what it was. I feel like I know what the one we got to on my November stuff was. That was also a crazy number in my mind. We'll leave it at that. But that will be going on in November again. Because life has not gotten any easier. Cost of gas is insane. What am I doing? There we go. When I highlight people's messages, I forget to take them away. Yeah, that checks out. That's a lot. It's going to be so much more this time around because there are going to be so many people who are going to come in for those 2 bottles you mentioned, because those are absurd for people who are collectors of that kind of thing. Because if you're going after those bottles in my brain, I don't know if you're going to drink them. I don't know if that's even the reason they are a thing, but we'll find out. And whoever the winner will be, it's going to be freaking awesome. It's like Junior Batch 1, Jim Beam, 1795. That's ridiculous. Link below, switch from the specialty data link to the other one. Okay, good. The other one is the more, right? That's where you can get Irene's and the samples from me. Yes, that was me doing stuff behind the scenes. I'm pretty much the only one who can do that. So. But that will bring you to the multiple options. I still don't remember what they are. I need to check it. I mean, again, once I laid down, that was the end of it for anything thinking wise for a bit. And I still haven't completely come back. But what I want to do, and I'm sure she has it listed somewhere, is, I know she does actually. There's a list of prizes out there somewhere. I just cannot remember. Yeah, it checks out. Sure, okay, I'll take your word for that. I don't remember. Again, my brain, the things that happen. Thank you, Mom. All right. It would have been a good nap if it had just been my usual lie down and then whenever I wake up nap, but those are dangerous. Because they can be an hour and a half, to 3 hours, to for a large portion of the night. That's happened a couple times. I've told people, like, you don't understand the meaning of mood disorder until you think about the various types of moods you can be in. Like the mood to fall asleep, or a good mood, or a bad mood. It's just... I was hit hard earlier today, and it sucked. I didn't want to lie down, and I didn't want to fall asleep. But I did, and I had that, what is it called? It's like a knee-jerk thing that your body does when you're going to sleep occasionally. Feel like you're falling. It's not a fun feeling to have. You're just drifting off into sleep, and then oh yeah, what it was. I looked it up too because it was annoying. Oh gosh. But either way, no matter what the case, there's going to be a lot going on tonight after this stream, which is why I'm keeping it fairly simple, which is just, hey, we're going to sit down and drink whiskey together. Those are my favorites because I don't have to keep track of anything. Although I like giving away whiskey. It's very tricky. That's why it's 2 hours, so I have plenty of time to screw up and hopefully fix it in the process. Let's see. What else? Oh. I don't even remember what the samples were for last time. Hold on. Is it here? Did I leave it? I know I did. There's no question about it. Ah! If you're wondering what last Friday was, those are them. And right now all I'm doing is making sure they are next to me. They should be. Da-da-da-da-da. Da-da-da. Yeah, the ones I still have to get are... or get out. Are the Redbreast. So that's it, yeah. Redbreast, again, I put it back every time. Really, I should just pour out 2 samples and leave it alone, but I don't fully trust these things for long-term storage. To all of you out there, the rumor is there's a little thing here in the cap, and it's like a papery thing that has wax on it, or at least some kind of layer of thing. It feels slick. You know, it's supposed to be like liquid won't stick to it deal, but it also is not what is used in all these sample jars, which looks a lot like this. And that is to make a complete seal, and also to keep things from getting out. And this wouldn't be damaged by alcohol vapors, whereas I feel that little cap might. So I try to tell people who I'm sending samples to, hey, drink these within a month or so. They are not long-term storage. Or at least I don't recommend it. You can do whatever you want. Rumor is not a great idea. Time for a dram. Indeed it is. Welcome to this madness. Oh yes, and thumb of the thing. I don't remember when I did it last, but there we go. Yay. Likes the fly. Getting closer and closer to 1,000 every day. I wish it was every day, but you know, there's been a dramatic increase in subs lately. And I can also say that about patrons, because it had been a very long time since I had any new patrons, and suddenly within the past like week or so, two new ones. And I will how do I put this? I will attribute that to, there's the word, the fact that now if you want to join my Patreon and you don't want to worry about month-to-month things, like it's $5 a month, that's the lowest tier, by the way, $5 a month every month would come out of your account, or you can do the annual account, which is just a full year up front. That's that. That is the newest option they gave out recently, and those two people did that, which is awesome. Because I said, boom, they're in. You're stuck with me for a year. You don't need to check Patreon, but you're stuck with me for a year. Yeah, Sugar Kitty agrees. But the reason I got these is so I can send out 7. That was the real hard, solid reason. Sending out more samples instead of just the 4 that I can put in with these, because these are actually pretty hefty 2-ounce samplers. Right? I have the same problem. Hypergram, don't worry about it. It's when I think I'm gonna get through a few, I'm gonna get more, and a lot of them are just put aside, or some of them are just ones I didn't like, so I'm not eager to go back to them. Some of those I kind of forgot I have. There's the 4 or 5 over there from Jimmy Diaz that we had at his private tasting, and I want to drink those. I just haven't decided when or why. I still have the piece of paper somewhere, and I did like one of them, and I think I drank that one completely. But there's so much whiskey out there, and part of the good thing about doing this, and the bad thing about doing this, if you can call it bad, is the amount of whiskey that you want to try, and the time that you have to reasonably try it. There's someone out there who can get samples like as many as I have and drink them within a week, and they are probably not okay. So there's that. And of course, if you didn't watch last week already, wow. But last week we did a Sugar Kitty sampler, and it was delightful. And this is the one I actually drank already. The spoilers. You don't want to know which one won? Well, I just won't say it, so don't worry about it. I just thought I was going to say something different. What was my point? Yeah, well, time is flying. God. Time is weird, man. Sometimes I feel like it's dragging, and sometimes just suddenly I'm talking for a little bit, I blink, and it's been 45 minutes almost. So with that, I need to finish off this wild turkey and pour some of the Knob Creek, because someone named Whiskey Mountains, oh god, really likes Knob Creek. Oh, Kentucky Spirit, damn you. I'm still standing by the fact that Kentucky Spirit is generally fancy wild turkey 101. Like, they took some of the a little higher up stuff when they were looking for wild turkey 101 to mix together. And we're like, whoa, hey, this one tastes really good. Let's bottle that and call it Kentucky Spirit. It works. Sugar Kitty, at least with this one, I would disagree. I thought about doing the It's Bourbonite married one. Match made in heaven, because I need to end that bottle whether I like it or not. I've had it since they got married. And that was a while ago already. We'll see. I know that will be in the lineup for this Friday, because that is a very special and singular bottle. It's succinct. It's feels right to give away that whiskey, since it's been at it for a while, and since it is their wedding day bottle. They've been doing this whiskey tube stuff for 7 years. I'm not sure if they've been married for 7 years, come to think of it. I think their channel has been around longer than their marriage has, which is hilarious. If that's not true, sorry, but I feel like it is, because they weren't married when they started the channel. Anyway, what? Mr. Great Shot, cheers, all out. You lucky dog, I saw what you got last night. You have to update everything for everyone now. You got a new locale. Oh, and did your stuff get to you? It should have. I forgot to update and check in with you, see if it did. I haven't even checked to see if it did. I'm the gullible sort who will assume that nothing went wrong and it got there. Okay, that's plenty. Yeah, this is a Knob Creek pick from a local liquor store called Cappy's, and this is from the dreaded 2020. Looks like the end of that year. So how did I get this? I can't read this. Anyway, I have this one. I'm gonna stop. Leave me alone, Mom. There we go. If you're curious about the color, there you go. Beauty. Dr. Knobwiz. I don't know if she'd like that name. I have a feeling she might. Hello, Eva Williams. You are here and make me nervous as always. You did. You won the one last night, and I pretty much showed up long enough to see that and left. Because I was supposed to be editing videos. But I think by the time I popped into Whiskey Uncensored stream and then popped out again, I went, oh, I really just want to lie down. I think I played video games for a bit and then fell asleep. I think Greg was online. I don't remember. Pretty sure he was. Okay. So once again, if you're just showing up, there's a big event happening. Whiskey Mountains is doing her stream right at my streaming ending. So 8 o'clock, go over there or go to It's Bourbon Night. They will also be on at their usual time. Or at the very least, get into the fundraiser raffle for lots of whiskeys. The link below should be the correct one now. I have to double check after this to see if I am in for that. I think I put in some money weeks ago. Like when she first started talking about it at the beginning of the month. But I don't remember. So we'll see. It would be a bit strange if I won, you know, Irene's bottle or something I already have for me. Maybe I should be careful. So if I've entered already, I want to. Well, I probably will. We'll see. Now we are ending up the last bit of this stream with Knob Creek. This is, as I mentioned, 120 proof. Oh, smells nice. I remember. I feel like I'm gonna sneeze again. Stop it. Can you hear that? Someone got a little something on wheels going down this hallway. Brownies. Which is a good thing. I like brownies. But I think it's not as sweet on the palate. And considering I just had some sweeter whiskeys, although Wild Turkey, that kind of is the middle. It's dense. The nose of this is like heavy. That helps a little. Getting a little bit further away from the glass. So I can breathe. Let's have a sip. See what happens. Yeah, it's drier too. So it's not as sweet and it's a bit drier. This pick is. And for a moment I got that odd bourbon note that I don't like. It's a little musty, basement-like. It does not drink like the proof, but I also prepped myself with the other two whiskeys, going straight into a 60%. Not a great idea for me. Not a great idea for in general, but I mean, depends on how often you drink super high proof whiskey and if you like that thing or not. 60% and above usually is where it gets too hard for me to tell what's going on. What I have done, it's now 10 of, says my Fitbit. What I have done is, and this is like my favorite thing to do, when I go into the vault, because I keep telling Adriana two things. One, she needs to visit New England. She said she will someday. They both do. They'll both be here. My brain's just stopped. Or to go to Austin, and I can get them into the whiskey vault for a tour tasting. That would also be fun. Because there's Knob Creek there. That's been there for years now. And it's a much older bottle. I take a sip and a little pour and a picture every time I'm there and send it to her. Like, look what you're missing. I don't know why that started. I think it's just because I saw those fancy older Knob Creek bottles and it seemed perfect. And it's like, I know exactly who would want me to drink this for them since they can't. Oh, if there's a mod here who can get the link for the stream, Whiskey Mountain stream, please do. It's not something you must do, but I know it's coming up in less than 10, and this is a nice way to segue people over who want to watch it. Because the link down below I have is the actual entries. Ugh, my dog. Needs from earlier. No like that. Oh, I'm gonna pop in there for a little bit, but I know I have a feeling very rapidly the stream is gonna get clogged and there's gonna be a lot of chat. Bracing myself is what I'll say. Thank you, Sugar Kitty. I think you'd be on top of that. There it is. So if you want to go watch the stream, I still have to figure out what kind of logo I'm going to do from next month, by the way. You don't know what it is yet. I do. It's going to be tricky. Twitch. Mr. Greatshot, I will have to say they're locking down the rules and participants for this year. I don't remember if I got you in for the best. I got you in for my graduation. But I know for the Bastards Ball after it, they're being stricter with the rules. I don't know what happened to make them do that, but I have a feeling it's just going to be distillers and high-ranking patrons. So if they go super high on the tier for the Whiskey Tribe, you're invited up the vault after the Bastards Ball. And in my case, I'll be a Whiskey Somm and I'll be likely volunteering, so I will be there for that. Do it! Thank you, all of you. I should have put that down below, but I'm just happy I put anything down there at all. What else do I have to say? Yes, like and subscribe one more time. Gotta do that. That's a thing. Appease the algorithm overlords and help me get to 1,000 subscribers. Because that's something I want to do. I do, it just sounds exhausting. And I have Patreon. That link is also down below if you want to help me out there. And yeah, go check out the fundraiser for tonight. I don't know how long they're going to go. I assume they'll be going live for at least 3 hours, possibly longer. The thing tends to, we'll say, evolve quickly, possibly de-evolve. But I think it's going to be a fun night over there if you're into that. You know, lots of people doing good stuff for research and hopefully eradicating certain diseases out there. That would be good. That'd be nice if that was going. Adriana would be out of her job, technically, but I have a feeling she'd be okay with that. If her research and her work helped get rid of Alzheimer's. Sure, she'd do something else. But, yeah, 6 minutes left. So, next week's video, look forward to that. Next Friday will be, as I mentioned earlier, the last time to get in for the birthday month raffle, which is going to be 7 Schwampels. I haven't quite picked what they are. You might have been here earlier when I rattled off a few things. It's a great shot. Pop KillCo is doing well. I saw him for lunch on Friday, and he wasn't here earlier. I don't know if he's still hanging out. But we had lunch, and we had some pretty good food, actually. Ugh. If you're in the area and you like boats, or if you have your own boat and you can glide on down to Portsmouth, Rhode Island, there's actually a place called Gulf Stream Big boating spot. People actually store their boats in that area during the winter. But that Gulfstream restaurant's doing good stuff. They have a nice whiskey selection. They have Lafroig, so that's one. They have Lafroig and Redbreast, so if you have those on your shelf, I'm happy. And they have a few other things, but they're mainly a rum bar for what they have on their shelf for hard liquor. But they also have really good food. Like, they're called Gulf Coast because it's more southern style. Is that what I want to say? The only way for you to know is to go there, really. And it's dog friendly. If you have a dog, bring a dog. They have little dog snacks and treats you can get them. And we've talked to the owner a few times. We actually gave him some Glencairns years ago because we liked having whiskey there, and he's had them since. I was given a pour while I was there. What did I get? Gosh, I don't remember. Oh, that's right. I had Sazerac Rye. They had Sazerac Rye, and I don't think I'd had that for a minute. I'd never had a bottle of it or anything, and I tried it. It was actually pretty good. It was solid rye, not too aggressive, very friendly. I'm glad I had it. They gave me about 2-something odd ounces. I wasn't really sure, but it was a good amount, so that was nice. Speaking of the devil, there he is. See? Thank you, Mr. Great Shot, for checking in on him, though. He's nothing but trouble, really. In the good trouble. Good trouble is good trouble. Oh, see, now that we're coming down to the last 10 minutes, I'm like, the time has slowed down because I'm supposed to end. And now I don't know, I don't want to, like, go too long or too short. Actually, Tater Down, my brother's not here. He's slacking. But he also has been drinking too much alcohol these days. And, you know, he has a pretty exhausting life, as far as I can tell. He did have both. Good. Did you like Lafroig or the Lafroig lore, or was it just still again? I know Redbreast is good. Redbreast is always going to be a solid whiskey, I hope. But the peated stuff can get weird and wild, depending. That's good. A little bit of the proof showed up there. I hold it for a moment. Woo-hoo-hoo. But it's pretty good. It's still not exactly my type of bourbon. But I'm happy to come back to this because I thought I wouldn't like it. It's actually pretty good. Like, I have no problem with it. It's just not my preference if I'm going for a specific type of bourbon. Unfortunately, I've landed in the Buffalo Trace area. So I'm screwed, is what I'm saying. But I know I like some Knob Creek now. I still have to go back and find some of the originals. That's actually something I should do. Come to think of it, like get some of the on-the-shelf Knob Creeks and do videos about them. Good idea, Brian. But I think it's because I haven't had good experiences. Or at least I've had, it's fine experiences. Lore is good. But Dad had to, he went through chemo, so his tastes and everything got wonky for a bit. We're seeing if he still likes peated stuff or not. Hopefully he does, because I have quite a few. And he likes to drink them on occasion. Yeah. Do it, Ma. Do it. Oh, okay. You did like it. Okay, yeah. Good. Good to know. The lore is one of the lower proofs. I'm curious to get you the Cargis? Yeah, Cargis again. So you can see if the proofs will hit you or not. Because that's the fun thing about peat, at least in our experience, is higher proof. And the peat kind of covers it up. You wouldn't know. But with that, we're at 7:59. Please make sure you hit the like button on your way out, because P's the algorithm overlords. I just have to say it because they want me to. And because it makes me feel a little better, I won't lie, getting the thumbs. Stupid, instant serotonin boost. Alright, 8 o'clock. Go! I will be here again on Friday for the last big giveaway. Till next time. Live long and prosper. Don't forget to be awesome, and you can be really awesome tonight. Just saying. And I will find where the thing is, and I will see you out there. Thank you for joining me on KillCo Whiskey Musings. You can find my social media and Patreon in the links below. Be sure to like, subscribe, and I'll see you next time.